pirate-themed MMORPG list. What's going on, Saviors? GH here. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys pirate-themed MMORPGs, both old and new. And with that said, let's do this. And the first pirate MMO is Pirates of the Caribbean Online. Yes, this is still alive, by way of a private server called The Legend of Pirates Online. It's a swashbuckling pirate-themed MMORPG based on the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. It's initially released on October 2007 and it's published and developed by our overlords in Disney. The game features a decent character creations where we can change the shape and size of our head, the jaw, the lips, nose, and other face features. And then we pick our starting attire. And it's one of those family-friendly MMORPGs where you can't input your name and instead select from a bunch of pre-made names. Now, combat is action hack and slash that kind of feels stab target because enemies get highlighted as you attack. There are melee and ranged weapons which can be switched between anytime, and there's also a ship system. This wouldn't be a pirate MMO without ships. Playing this in 2021 was indeed a retrospective. It's shown how much the MMORPG genre has evolved. If you're planning to check the game out, temper your expectations because it has low population and outdated systems. But I can assure you, there's fun to be had in this one. Next pirate MMORPG is Pirates of the Burning Sea. This one is something I would consider a legit pirate MMORPG because we start out to steal a ship, then immediately do ship combat and follow a quest line that involves a lot of piratey things, from getting trained on how to be a pirate to applying what we learned on Pirate Quest. Pirates of the Burning Sea was released 14 years ago by a company named Flying Lab Software, a game development company based on Seattle, Washington, which made a simulation game called Rails Across America. The game starts us off on a pirate ship, where we get to create our character and select different pirate looks, which ranges from selecting pirate hats, jewelries, coats, and then of course, our overall physical appearance. As for the combat, there's land and ship-based combat. The land combat is stab target, and at the beginning, we can use both range and melee weapon. Now the ship combat is what you would expect from a pirate MMO, wherein the ship is kinda difficult to control because the wind also influences the way we move, and of course, the positioning of our ships affects when we can fire or not. Overall, the ship combat is okay and it does what it's supposed to. Now, there's also ship boarding here, where we can go near an enemy ship, click the grapple icon, and cut down our enemies. Now, guys, Pirates of the Burning Sea is an old game, so expect low population and slow updates. And if you want to check the game out, the details are on the screen. Next pirate-themed MMORPG is Arcane Waters. Now this one has potential. This is a new pirate-themed pixel art indie MMORPG and it's currently on early access and you can just request access to play it. Their planned release date is November 16, 2022 and it's developed by Black Mammoth Games, a company based on Florida. Now the game features a farming simulation. Yeah, there's a Harvest Moon-like Stardew Valley farming simulation in the game where you can plant, harvest crops, and manage your own farm. Now the game starts us off in a very basic character creation where we select our appearance and perks which affects our stats. Then we're dropped in a town where we can see a lot of players passing around and it's where we start the tutorial. Now there's land and sea combat. The ship combat is action. You need skill to hit enemies and in my opinion, the ship combat in here is the meat and potatoes. It's fun. They need to make more content that revolves around the ship system. Now the land combat on the other hand need a complete rework because it's just not fun, at least for me. They could just go with like a Legend of Zelda combat. It's just my opinion, guys. Overall, Arcane Waters is the MMORPG you should check out in this list. Fourth pirate-themed MMORPG is Pirate 101. I played this in March 2022 and I could remember wanting to play more, which is a good sign, right? But I also remember being bothered by the cash out. Anyway, Pirate 101 is a pirate-themed tactics MMORPG released on October 2012. The game is made in Gamebryo and is developed by King Isle Entertainment, an American company based in Texas. They're also the guys behind Wizard 101. Now, the game starts us off with a decent character creation, and after that, select our origin story and customize our pirate flag. Then we select our class, which ranges from Musketeer, Witch Doctor, Privateer, Buccaneer, and Swashbuckler. Now, the combat is Tactics, which is basically a turn-based combat that happens on a grid. If I remember correctly, it offered a decent amount of challenge, and the graphics is shown full on when in combat, and I enjoyed watching it. Pirate 101 is a good MMORPG, but keep in mind that the player base is low, and if you want to check the game out, the details are on the screen. Coming up is Tales of Pirates. It's a tab-targeting top-down MMORPG released in March 2007, and it's developed by Moli, a Chinese company based in Shanghai, and IGG, I Got Games. It features bright and colorful graphics with a top-down perspective, and the game starts us off with straight-up class selection. Then we're offered with a very basic character customization, which is fine, because the real customization of this game is in the game, through the cash shop. Now, the game is tab target, nothing really much to say here, because it works. The game also has a ship system where we can level it up, upgrade it to increase the combat power. There's still a dedicated player base for this game, and I recently found out that there's also a content creator for Tales of Pirates, which is what? Okay, anyway, if you want to check the game out, the details are on the screen. And the last pirate-themed MMORPG on this list is Uncharted Waters Online. I put this last on this list because some may argue that this is not a pirate-themed MMORPG. But based on my gameplay, it has everything you need to roleplay as a pirate. Uncharted Waters Online is a seafaring MMORPG. It's released on October 2004 and it's developed by Koei, which is now Koei Tecmo, a Japanese game development company popularly known for the Dynasty Warriors series. Uncharted Waters Online starts us off with a character creation where we can select our nationality, then character customization, which is impressive for its time. We can pick a body shape, hairstyle, and our starting attire. And it also allows us to select from 3 jobs. Now, the combat is tab target and there's ship combat. Both types of combat is pretty standard, a little bit clunky in its execution, but it's workable. At the beginning, it's difficult to follow because questing is not done properly, so you're gonna need to figure things out in this game with a guide online or something. Overall, it's okay. I'll be honest though, when I played the game, I didn't like it as much because the quest is not on point. Every step of the main quest, there's something that I need to Google. But hey, when I play the game, there's a decent chunk of players vending in the port, so it's still alive. And if you want to check the game out, the details are on the screen. Those are the pirate-themed MMORPG I've checked out, and if you want to check out MMORPGs with ship systems in the game, there it goes on the screen. Check it out. And if you want new anime MMORPGs, there it goes on the other side. Leave a like before you go, guys, and this is Gaming Hardcore. See you in the next one.